Okay, good morning, vaginas. It's time to have a little talk about um, the young and sensitive, I should say. So, not that I'm old and mean at all, or salty, as the young people call me, but this was quite interesting. So, this guy, Shane Brady, um, he posted a video of himself lifting something very heavy, a pair of like big barbells. And for me, in my experience, when I see videos like that, I'm waiting for someone's knee to pop out or their butthole to pop out. And so, as a joke, I said, you know, be careful about your knees and your butthole popping out. Of course, that's absurd to respond to someone like that. So, obviously, it's a joke. And even if I was concerned about a butthole, I think that's funny too. So, anyways, there's a little bit of banter that goes back and forth that seemed like that he was getting the joke and he was responding back. He's like, thanks for being very concerned about my butthole. And I go, no problem. And then all of a sudden I became the guy that was the beatus guy, like, it's the right thing to do and the right way to do it. And I thought everything was great, but apparently he got offended by that. And instead of being assertive and saying, hey, Patrick, I find what you're saying is offensive. Please don't say that. That's very assertive. That's not being a dick. That's being assertive. I would have said, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything like that. I'll just leave you alone. Now, would have I probably unfriended him and blocked him? Probably, just because I don't want sensitive snowflakes, for lack of a better word, following me. I don't need that kind of stuff. So, but instead he responds, he says, in all seriousness, he says, I got to ask you something, man. He says, has it always been a good business practice of yours to troll the Facebook pages of potential customers? The only reason why I follow you, for that matter, the only reason I know who you are is because you build subwoofers and happen to live in Mesa. He says on Mesa, but I know what he means. I said, I'm not a business. I'm not hunting for potential customers. I simply want to help people. And if that leads to money, that's great. If it doesn't, it's not a big deal. I said, I like to have fun with people and I like to live my life my way. I never want to hide who I am in order to make a sale. I said, and then I complimented him. I said, that was good improv on your part, though, about the butthole stuff, of course, which I think is also a funny statement, just in general. I said, I also understand that I cannot control the way that people perceive me. So I typically do not try. Again, it's like fighting a fart in a dust storm. I said, if someone gets offended or thinks poorly of me, that's on them. I do my best to put it out there to the world about who I am and what I want to do. And if that's not enough, there's nothing I can do about that. That's why I put out the videos that I do. And I think that's why it's been a success. As you guys appreciate that I don't try to be someone else just so you'll like me or to make a sale. And I say that. So, but this is how he perceives it. He says, quote unquote, I'm a dick. And if you don't like it, then it's on you. That's what he thinks I'm saying, which I'm not. But he says, laugh out loud. Okay, man, gaslighting 101, which is actually not gaslighting, but that's fine. That's the way he perceives it. He says, in my experience, the people who respond that way are always the people who aren't very good at owning the things that they do or say. I've been in health and wellness and rehab my entire life, which is not true. It's an exaggeration, but that's fine. He says, it's my career. Do yourself a favor and stick to car audio. You don't know everything, though I can tell you you think you do. That's quite opinionated. And again, I don't take it literal because I know he doesn't mean it that way, but it does come off kind of dickish. And I said, it sounds like you think you do. You think you know everything. And also, I don't tell him, what to do with his life. And even if I do, like, you don't have to, again, I think he got embarrassed that I was saying this in public. And really what I was doing was, and I let him know, and I say this in there, I'm abbreviating because I don't want to really go through the whole conversation. But I don't know. You know what? Maybe this will be better. He says, good luck, man. Was seriously just about to order a dumper for Christmas, which of course is a beautiful, funny statement. I think that's hilarious. And I said, I don't care. I said, I messed up on the voice to text. I said, I don't care. You can go fuck yourself is what I meant to say. So I said, I don't care. You can go fuck yourself. You're a piece of shit and you think you're better than me. Fuck off. And he says, I guess it's good that you don't care about the money. And I said, I don't care about being manipulated by pieces of shit like you. So you got to understand from my perspective, he was asking me to be nicer to him because he was going to give me money, right? That would make me a prostitute. And I'm fine with being a prostitute if we both understand what's going on here. But he was being demanding, and I said no, and then he got offended about it. So, but that's fine. I said, feel free to screenshot this shit to you're a piece of garbage. He says, laugh out loud. I just posted a video of myself squatting, and you did the rest, homie. So, and this is where it gets into it. I said, I was having fun with you. That is all. You're the one that took it personal, and you're the professional therapist. I said, I was joking, and you responded with jokes back. I thought they were jokes back, but apparently he was being passive aggressive. I said, you're an idiot. That's not gaslighting. He says, you're gaslighting again. I said, no, you're an idiot. You're gaslighting. He says, wow, and I'm taking this personal. I said, yes, you are taking this personal. I've looked at your profile picture, and you're a motorcycle guy. That says a lot about you. And I said, you're also obsessed with weightlifting. And I was simply poking fun at how you were posting yourself weightlifting, which I think is ridiculous, by the way. It's like, look how strong I am. Like, what? Okay. When I go to the gym, I don't look at anybody. I just do my workout and I fucking leave. I said, like, what the fuck is that talk about narcissism? So, because basically that's what he is. That's, in my opinion, that's what he is. He's a narcissist. He's obsessed with other people wanting to see him and to be seen, which is why he rides a motorcycle. It's also thrilling and very dangerous. Again, if anybody gets offended because I don't like people that ride motorcycles, I don't care. Fuck off. What are you gonna? So anyway, here let me stick to the script, okay? I said, I make fun of macho guys all the time, and especially guys with big beards. Macho guys are actually really sensitive and a bit of pussies. I said, and they're trying to compensate. I said, I've already unfriended you, and I can do this all day if you'd like. I said, nobody's making you follow me, and for all intents and purposes, you can fuck off. And I tell him, I say, I'm sorry you're so sensitive and got offended. You might want to be more assertive, but what do I know? I'm just some jerk that makes woofers, and that's all I'm good for, right? Right? Because that's what he was saying. He says, the only reason I know about who you are is because you make woofers. And so I was like, okay, that's the only thing I'm good for. Okay, gotcha. I said, please give me your best shot. This is going to make a great video. I said, if I was being an asshole, why didn't you just say something? I wasn't, and that's why I was. He thought I was being an asshole, and I wasn't. That's why I wasn't apologetic whenever he responded. And of course, I would love to show you that conversation, but he blocked me on the Facebooks, and so I cannot show you the conversation that was public. So I said something like this, Patrick. I would appreciate if you would make fun of me. I was giving him what that would look like. I said, if you're going to be assertive, this is the statement that you should probably make. I said, Patrick, I would appreciate it that you would make fun of me on my Facebook page. And then he could have deleted my comments, right? And I've had this problem with especially women, female comics, again, young people, and including my niece and her stepmom. So I told you already that thing. So I had stepmom over here. They wanted to do some crazy shit with their Jeep. I was like, I don't recommend that. And then I gave her the name of a guy that I use for my lights. And then she starts quizzing him and trying to trick him into giving, because I think he quoted her wrong. Because I had said, hey, can you give her a discount? And he gave me the number. And then when she called him on her own, he gave her a higher price. And she took that personal. And I said, what are you doing? I said, I already told you I would get it to you for this price. And then she got mad and she's like, don't tell me how to negotiate and all that kind of stuff. And I go, you know what? I don't need this. And then she got super offended. Of course, I don't know because she didn't respond. So, and that's basically what happened with this guy. And so he says, so then he responds and says, right, I'm the one who's sensitive, macho, and trying to overcompensate. He says, that's another tactic of manipulators and weak people is to always accuse others of their own shortcomings. which I didn't, but that's fine. And he says, and then gaslight people who call them on their shit. Poke fun all you want. What I took personally is when you said do something else competitive. That's all I said. So I said, because I was making fun of him lifting weights, and it's like really, who are you competing against? And I thought it was kind of silly. That's all. Was I being passive aggressive? Yeah, probably. So again, here, let me say this, because I said this in the thing. So I said, that's it. See, done. I've apologized. I would have apologized. I always said it meant offense. Having a good day. I said, basically, so he says, poke fun all you want. What I took personally is when you said, do something else competitive. And I said, yes, because I think all sports are dumb. And I said, that's simply my opinion. I think our society would be better off if we focused on helping one another. I did that through sarcasm with him, right? Because he shows up on my feed. And if you look like a bozo, I'm going to say something. That's all. So, if you look like a bozo and I say something, you can get mad if you want. And that's what this guy did. He got mad. So he says, which also proves my point on how narcissistic you are, because now he thinks this is about him, of course. I said, feel free to run this by a counselor, a psychologist, psychiatrist. And he goes, gaslighting 101. It's not me being a dick. It's obviously you being a dick. You're good at this, man. I said, you're calling something I care about dumb. You think I wouldn't take that personally? I said, I was telling her to read the counselors back the text. I said, you take yourself too serious. That's what I was really saying. I said, it shows up in things like choosing a motorcycle as a profile picture. So he had like this little Ricer street rocket as a thing. And I said, it also shows up in the beard. I said, if you're in my feed, you're a target. And he goes, laugh out loud. Now what you're saying doesn't even make sense. And I said, I don't care if it makes sense. It's still true. I said, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't understand this point of view. That's why I was making fun of you. It was a joking, slightly passive aggressive, but I thought I was being very obvious about complimenting and being concerned about someone's butthole. I don't know, whatever. If you don't get the joke, that's fine. I'm not offended. I said, I wasn't being a dick. I was making a joke and you took it personal. I said, the absurdity that I would be concerned about your butthole is insane. That's why it's funny. So now I'm explaining jokes to this guy, which is, of course, never a good thing. He says, I can't have a thing that I enjoy on my Facebook profile or else I'm a narcissist. How do you round that square? You weren't making a joke. You just were saying that now, which was insane. I said, it's the things that you do choose to worship and show the world that says something about you, which is one of the reasons why I choose a profile picture of something else. I don't want this to be about me. I don't want this to be about, I want it to be about a message, and I want it to be about technology, and I want it to be about trying to make things not about yourself. So, and right now, I'm even asking you, why don't you change your profile picture, your avatar, to something else, something that's not you, to represent what you're about. But most people choose a profile picture of themselves, which I find hilarious. What gets really interesting is when a grown man who calls me a child molester chooses his children, typically girls, to be his profile picture. That is interesting. So think about that. So anyway, so he says, and how would you know anything about me? Laugh out loud. Most people, and then I say, most people would get the joke or they would get offended, but you went passive aggressive, and that's what he did. I thought he was, responding. And that's what improv is, where you make a statement and then somebody adds on to it, right? So if I say like, yeah, those strippers were on the airplane, and he goes, yeah, and then he makes another joke about it. So he adds on to it. I don't want to get into the fucking improv. Jesus Christ. I said, tell me to fuck off if that's how you really feel. But you're a coward as well. And he goes, okay, fuck off. And I'm happy. I say, finally, I'm glad that you have the courage to be honest. And he says, it wasn't passive aggressive. You knew what I meant by what I said. I didn't know what he meant by what he said. That's why I kept making jokes. Again, you can go to his profile and look at the conversation if he hasn't erased it. But he says, I said, now if you can only have the courage to live your life the way that you really want to live without caring what other people say. You see, that's what I'm trying to tell everyone. Why do you care if someone pokes fun at you? right? And you can either get butthurt about it and sensitive, or you can, there's so many options. My God. You can make a joke back, right? So like, there's a great movie. Well, I don't want to, it's not a great movie, but there's a great scene in a Clint Eastwood movie. And Clint, stop making movies. You're not great to look at. It's really kind of gross. So, but there's a movie that he makes called Gran Torino. And he directed it, produced it, and all that kind of stuff. And there's an opening scene where he goes to a barbershop and he starts making racist jokes. And he starts saying some pretty offensive stuff. He's joking. And that's the way good friends joke with one another. Why children get so sensitive about that now is insane. And then it gets into alphabet people, and then it gets into all kinds of other stuff. People get offended about all kinds of things. And it's hilarious, because you got to remember, the only reason you get offended by something is if you're defensive in the first place, right? Because then everything gets sensed. Everything anybody ever says to you is offensive because you have your defenses up. So, but nobody wants to get hurt. Everybody thinks they're getting hurt by words, and it's ridiculous. And again, that's why Dave Chappelle made the name of his special "Sticks and Stones," because there used to be a saying, nobody really says it anymore, which is this says, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me." And that's what we would tell kids. That's what I was told as a kid, to help me toughen up. Now, if somebody throws a rock at me, that's something different. So, but if somebody calls me gay or pussy, or I'm able to look at it and find out how funny it is, and examine what they're trying to say behind that, right? Because looking back on my father, oh my God, I used to do a joke in stand-up where I'd say, I felt betrayed by my father because I found my birth certificate one day, and I found out that he had been celebrating my birthday on the wrong day. And then I looked down, and I didn't even know my name was Patrick, because he would always say, "Come here, pussy," up until about age 7. I think that's hilarious. And it's based on reality. So, but I've actually had people get offended by that. I'm like, and many, like when I talk about losing my virginity to my dad's girlfriend, Jill Kimmel got offended by that. And I'm like, how are you offended by my life? You guys need to learn somebody. There's somebody called Don Rickles. Go watch him. So Google him. So, but anyways, he says, I said, "I don't care what other people say about me." And he says, "Because you didn't get upset about what some random dude." I said, now he's going back and forth. And I said, "If their intentions are bad for me, that's on them." Speaking of which, I just got a little notification from Scott Dilbeck, which is interesting. So I'll get to read that text here in a second. He says, "Laugh out loud. That's the third time you've said that." He says, "Whatever, man, your subs are badass, but you're a dick. Have a good day." And I said, "Gaslighting is when you try to tell somebody that they're crazy and that they're delusional when they're not. The problem is this guy is actually delusional. And so I can see where he might get confused." So some people don't realize what they're putting out to the world, and that they're compensating for something. And that's all I was making a statement about. I was just saying, like if you wear a clown outfit all the time, I'm going to call you a clown. But if you get offended by that, then there's something wrong about you. There's something that you're not doing to get along in society. And then you say, "Hey man, being a clown is what I do. Being a clown is who I am." And I go, then why are you getting offended? I called you a clown. You're dressed like a clown. I don't see what the problem is, right? And so that's sort of the betrayal that you see whenever you say, "Thank you, ma'am. I'm not a girl." I'm like, okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. "Sorry, sir. I'm not a sir. Use there, them, or there," whatever. And it's the dumbest thing in the world. So, but anyways, let's go. Let's be a little candid and go. Scott Dilbeck. There we go. This is Scott Dilbeck reaching out to tell you to remove the video. I am titled as in future, do not use my name or likeness. I have cleared defamation, we spelled defamation wrong, of character and slander case if wished to pursue with my legal team. Okay. But that is a lot of headache for little. He says, "I'm not affiliated with Power Hog anymore." That's interesting. He says, "I left to do my own thing some time ago." Well, Why don't you ask 12 Volt Talk to remove your videos too? He goes, it's still live. I'm a very busy person and have no interest in going back and forth with you or doing a reply video. This is me contacting you and telling you to take the video down. I appreciate your time and make it a good day. So, but I'll basically tell him, I'll say, let's see, what's a good response for that? Well, actually, it doesn't matter because if he doesn't, I mean, what he did was trolling. So, and was harassment. So like these guys, I've had guys actually friend me, and I get a lot of friend requests. And for the most part, if it doesn't look like a Russian troll, then I do it. And even if a Russian troll is my friend, it's not a big deal. So, but anyways, I get lots of people who friend me, and then they get into my DMs, my inbox, and then they're like, "You're a child molester, blah blah blah. I read what you said. Blah, 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 blah. You should be ashamed of yourself." And I was like, "Oh my God, this guy's an idiot." So, and then I have to unfriend them, and I have to block them, because otherwise they don't understand anything else. So, but anyways, I think this is interesting that Scott wrote this, and then here's the phone number. So if that means anything. Let me Google that real quick. I may have to edit this out. Nope, that's a public number. So contact PowerHog. So he says he's not affiliated with PowerHog, but yet he calls me from the number that is PowerHog. That's interesting. Okay. Well, I love you guys. Have a good day. I'm going to go help Recoil unload a container full of cool stuff. And Larry gave me some stuff to review. It's in the works. It's going to be really cool. And I hope we can ship these out, or he can ship these out. I'm not going to ship that. Fuck that. If he can ship these out before Christmas so you can have some affordable bass. Because right now he's selling a powered subwoofer that normally like Rockford would sell for $350, and he's selling it for like $150. So $170, I think, or maybe, shit, I shouldn't have said that. Maybe it's $200. I don't know, but it's cheaper than the other guys. And a lot of times Larry is actually responsible for their product. That's why he knows it so well. So anyways, I love you guys. Have a great day, or have a great weekend. It's fucking Friday. Thank Gonzo it's Friday.